They lead 2-0, then suddenly out of nowhere, they just let Villa back in the game.
Yep. It's pure complacency, bro.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Futbol Kaki. I am your host Elder and I am joined by my fellow Kaki bro who apparently cannot put his mic stand on a table and he has to hold it today, right? Like a lollipop. I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro Paul.
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Like, hey, you know what you're missing or not? If you put like the like the WWE the holder or like the Sky Sports one, right?
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, we just need to get like one Futbol Kaki or Chit one, right? Then you can see, hi, I'm Paul. Then you can just do the whole thing. Then you become like...
What are your thoughts on the game?
No, then you must wear like a Man U jersey, right? Then you become Gary Neville.
Yeah, or like the suit, right?
But the suit or like the Jamie Carragher. Wow, this one like... It's like, you know what it looks like now or not, bro?
Yeah, what?
You really want to think about it, you should do the EPL one. The EPL backdrop where the managers do the thing, right? Then it looks like I'm interviewing you from the studio.
Yeah, I'm like the stadium, right?
Yeah, the stadium. Then I'm like on a disc, so I go like that already. Are you, bro?
I think not a very good weekend for Man United fans, but
don't worry, bro.
What's new?
We're not talking about Man U today, lah. We already got it out of our system separately already from this episode, lah. To me, like we are not in a position where I think we should even just bother about talking about Man United anymore, lah. So
yeah, so I think more of like what's happening in the other
correct.
In EPL.
Correct, but this week, right? I ask you a question. Have you been wearing your jacket out? Because it's been like 1 week in Singapore and it's still cold.
Yeah, I wore it like for 2 weekends really, but I washed it lah. So I think it's good.
The Man U jacket.
Yeah, the Man U jacket. It's good, sir.
I never wear the Man U jacket out, bro.
A lot of people comment and say it's pretty nice. But it's
it's a nice jacket, bro. It's a very nice jacket. It's just that if only the club was as good as the jacket.
Yeah. I agree, bro. It's like the standards are not living up to the club design and everything.
Correct. But speaking of F1, right, I think today or tomorrow, right, there's the Hamilton test.
Yeah, his first day at Maranello, right?
Is it today?
Today.
On the 20th of January, right? It's today, right?
Yeah. First day. Yeah, I think by tomorrow you wake up, you can see highlights.
Yeah, I want to go see.
I don't know if he's really driving it or he's just like first day at the grounds.
But it's not. I think it's probably the 2022 car, if I'm not mistaken. Not the 2020, not the latest one. I think the 2 years ago.
Seeing him in red.
Yeah, it's gonna be very weird, bro. I think. But
it's like for the first time, I think British fans and Italian fans unite, right?
I think not the first time, bro.
But in a long time, first time in a long time.
In a long time, because that time Ferrari got I think they got Nigel Mansell at one period of time.
Yeah.
But it's just weird seeing 44 in red instead of black or silver.
Or in a Mercedes powered car.
He is officially not in a Mercedes powered car. But we shall see. I think tomorrow we see what happens. Then we see what happens. But speaking of which, bro, like side note, you are not wearing the correct Portugal jersey anymore because they're no longer done by Nike already.
So this is like actually the last Nike Portugal jersey, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So they're gonna move to Puma, right?
Correct. But it's really funny. Did you see the ad or not? Like they're hiding all the Nike boots here. Like Bruno and Ronaldo always Nike.
Front view, right?
Front view. Then you see front view, you can clearly see it's like a Nike boot. Then they just put the cloth at the bottom of the thing just to block out.
Yeah, actually I don't know why they pivot out.
I also
Nike ending the deal with them.
Might be, but I also not sure because like generally you would think that they will stick with Nike because of Ronaldo, ma.
Yeah, or maybe it's like a sign that it's towards the end, really,
Yeah, maybe. It's weird, bro. Like it's Puma. But
generally Puma makes okay jerseys, but not fantastic ones,
It's okay, but there was a period of time, remember, when their jerseys always got soaked. Like it was very thin.
Yeah. Arsenal at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, then you see the jersey suddenly just like become like it was similar to the Castori jerseys a few years ago, but just like you'll have like this type of issue. But I think officially, right, Puma taking over World Football because Nike is no longer gonna sponsor like EPL anymore already. Puma gonna take over as the official football. So like you got La Liga and you got EPL now.
So the Puma ball, they sponsor which league now? I think German league.
No. La Liga. They do the EPL. No, they do EPL next season and they're doing La Liga, right? Then plus it's the ball that Arteta complained about. Because the EFL Cup ball.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay, I think it's quite cool. That I think Nike has been like sponsoring the EPL for like the longest time.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, it's officially ended because I remember when they did it was I think 2002, 2003, 2001, 2002, about there when they had the unique when they had the cage commercial with the shiny ball. They had that particular design logo lah. Yeah, now it's Puma, bro. So you ready to get into today's episode, bro?
Let's do it, bro.
Okay, so welcome to the Futbol Kaki. For this week's episode, what we're going to talk about is Arsenal versus Aston Villa, whereby Arsenal had a 2-goal lead and then dropped 2 goals in similar Arsenal fashion, literally how Arsenal score goals, in a 2-2, whereby they create set pieces in-game to score goals. So that is what basically happened. Arsenal now, despite winning Spurs 2-1, are back to a 6-point lead because they dropped points and Liverpool won after dropping points midweek. So we are going to talk about that particular game, and then we are going to go through the EPL's round of results. So we're going to go through every single round of results, and I'm going to ask Paul basically, where does he think the bottom 3 are going to end up at the end of the season? Are they still going to be relegation at the end of the season, or are they going to go up, or is there some surprises that are going to happen? Then, of course, Champions League positions, we're going to discuss the top 4. Who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. Currently, the top 6 is very, very tight outside of Liverpool. So it could be anybody's game at this particular moment in time. Then we are going to go to our match of the week, which is Manchester City versus Chelsea. Chelsea have not played their game at the time of recording. They're going to play Wolves in midweek. Man City beat Ipswich 6-0 in an expected game, right? But this game between Man City and Chelsea, right, will eventually lead to probably one of the hardest runs in the next 7 games for Manchester City, because they are literally playing almost every single top 6 club, which we will talk about a bit later, but we will get into that towards the end of the episode, where we, of course, conclude with our match prediction. So, with that, bro, what's going on for this week in the world of football?
Okay, so in the world of football, it's been about 2.5 weeks since the transfer window opened, right?
Yes.
So what's going on is, how on earth is Man City allowed to spend 150 million?
Exactly, bro.
Right. And it's like, it's coming towards the end of like their investigations with the 115 charges, right?
Yes.
And for them to blatantly just spend 150 million, on top of that, they gave Haaland this enormous, gargantuous contract.
10 years, right?
10 years contract at 525k a week, excluding bonuses. That's basic. So potentially, I read, right, he could have easily earned 750k a week.
That's the highest paid a football player in the EPL has ever been.
Yeah, I think the highest before that was, I think, Ronaldo,
I think Ronaldo was 375.
Yeah, I think that's the highest, I think.
So my question becomes, right, does this mean that they beat the 115?
Yeah, I think they if for them to go out and blatantly spend 150 million and award this contract to Haaland, right?
Yep.
They must know things we don't know, bro.
Yes.
Either that, they know the EPL is not going to do anything to them, so they just proceed to do what they're doing now.
No, which is ridiculous, because I've seen rumors whereby they are either going to do 2 things. Some of the rumors are stating that they're going to do a points deduction. So it means that they will get deducted from points all the way down to a point where they might get relegated. But the thing is that technically, even if they get relegated, right, it has to be stopped for points deduction. They cannot do anything to strip the titles, which to me is ridiculous. Is one thing. That's one thing. The second thing also is that they are at a point whereby if they're going to spend this amount of money, right, irregardless, and there are rumors that it's just going to be a slap on the wrist, which is a fine, then how wouldn't like Nottingham Forest and Everton be hard done by? Because honestly, Nottingham Forest and Everton's are minor infringements.
And they got
like minor,
deducted, yeah.
And they got points deducted. This is major infringement. So if they don't get points deducted, or they get hit with a fine, right, then is it a FA problem, a EPL problem, or what? Because it's just basically it's as good as corruption already.
I think City just got very good lawyers. And if you know, right, if you notice that they have like teams and teams of lawyers.
Yeah, correct.
So I think they know the EPL is not going to do anything to them. That's why they just go all out, spend 150 million and give Haaland this 500k a week contract. Which is ridiculous. Yeah, so this 150 million, they are buying Omar Marmoush from Eintracht Frankfurt. Do you know who is he? He's a striker. Actually, I don't really know who he is. Then they're buying 2 defensive players, Kusanov and Victor Ruiz from Lens and Palmeiras. Okay. For them to leave in June, it's like the offer has been quite a good deal.
Yep. But no question is, do you know who they are?
I said when I play FIFA, I know, roughly, but I don't really know them. I don't watch them like week in, week out, that kind. Yeah.
It's a question of, are they overpaying? Because they're not going to attract superstars. They're not attracting like the big guns or anything like that. But then again, City has had a track record of course, signing younger players lah. So if they sign younger players and they sign like players with a lot of high upside or potential, right, it could be a beneficial thing for them. The problem now, right, is that how can they spend 150 million?
Yeah, because apparently like Pep's reason is they sold a lot of players during the summer, then they didn't replace them. So there's still like Alvarez, Cole Palmer, and a few others lah. I think quite a good deal, but I think doesn't justify them to spend 150 million in January. I've never heard of anything.
Nobody also not that, dude.
Like even in FIFA, I don't think we spend 150 million in the games. Yeah.
You spend 150, you spend like maybe 200 to 300 million in the summer transfer window, not in January lah.
Yeah, that's why. So I think that's like my biggest what's going on for the week.
Yeah, it's fair. I do agree also, because I think that it raises a lot of question marks. Like, I understand the explanation of them not having bought anybody to basically recover back some of the players that they made. So if let's say you sell Cole Palmer and you sell Julian Alvarez, right, they fetch quite a bit of money. Technically, they didn't really buy anybody. They get Savinho was this year also, right?
Savinho is this year.
So if they got Savinho, then you spend another three more players for 150 million, right? They're about there lah, for the amount they sold for Alvarez and Cole Palmer lah.
Yeah, but I think ultimately this is like a very Pep thing to do. Like, you call him the greatest manager like that? No, man. I mean, like, no way. Like, Ferguson can't even spend 150 million in a January transfer window.
Yes.
It's like when things go south, right, you just slap money on it. That kind of. Yeah, which is. Yeah,
no, and it could either be a desperation attempt or it could end up being like a masterstroke of genius. Yeah. I think what's going on with Man City, we don't really know, right? I think we're all just waiting for the 115 to basically conclude. Yeah, and get the verdict.
At this rate, I don't think they're going to do anything to them.
It sounds too good to be true if, let's say, any punishment were to be issued on them. So, moving on to Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal have fallen to Aston Villa again. This is the 3 time in 4 where they have not beaten Unai Emery's Aston Villa. They were leading 2-0, but conceded 2 goals from Youri Tielemens and Ollie Watkins in a very similar, what I would call Arsenal-esque fashion, whereby it's just like basically how like 4-4-2 calls it is like building a set piece in game. Like, find a way to get into set piece formation, then cross the ball, then basically get a goal lah. I would say that both goals, right, from Arsenal, right, had a bit of luck involved. Like, the Martinelli goal is Emi Martinez just unlucky lah.
Yeah.
Like, you hit the ball right and the ball spin backwards, bro. Yeah. He saved it and the ball spin backwards.
Yeah, those one of those goals in that moment lah.
Yep. Then the Havertz goal also had a bit of luck where Trossard crossed the ball. Havertz first time, I think Emi Martinez just saw it late. Then it just hit his leg. Then it just went into the net lah. Like, of all places for the ball to get hit off your leg, right? Then it ends up in the net. I think any other time maybe he saves it, right? The ball just goes out of play lah. I don't know, bro. Like, what do you call this game? Because Arsenal had chances that they wasted. There were chances that they were just like just trying to claw at thin air. Yeah. Like, just shoot, right? They lead 2-0, then suddenly out of nowhere they just let Villa back in the game.
Yep. It's pure complacency, bro. And it's like second time in 2 years that Aston Villa has like gotten something out of Emirates Stadium. And I think they don't look as ruthless as they were last year. They can only have themselves to blame. Like, really, it's the truth. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And if I'm not mistaken, Saliba also is facing injury time on the sideline, right? With a hamstring injury.
It's a hamstring injury, yeah.
Hamstring injury. So it's looking at minimum a couple of weeks.
That's it, really, bro. Title is done, bro.
Hamstring injury. His title is done already. It's 6 points. 6 points. Liverpool got game in hand. Liverpool win the game in hand, 9 points.
And you're going through a crisis.
Yeah.
It's just very Arsenal-ish law. Right. No, it's true.
No, it's true.
They had 2 seasons to go and buy a proper striker. They don't want.
Yep.
It's like they refuse. Yeah. And then now Jesus was also injured for a very long time, right? Then the Nawari also, right?
Yep.
So they don't really have like a striker. They only have Havertz and Sterling,
We all know how both of them are.
So I don't have anything much to say about them. It's like the problems are right in their face. We've been saying it for so many weeks or so.
Yes.
And they still refuse to do what. And then I was reading Arsenal wants to buy the Zuba Mendy.
Yep.
Another midfielder. For what? Right.
It's like you need a striker, right?
Exactly. Like, yeah. I mean, there's still 10 days. We shall see. Like, even if you get one striker now in, right? Will it solve your Saliba problem? I don't think so.
No.
So it's like, yeah, it's just problem after another problem.
No, what shocked me, right, is that they took a lot of long range shots. So it's like they don't have any like penetrative threat.
And their corner tactic, when's the last time they scored for him? Yeah.
It's neutralized already.
Yeah.
Like this game, right? I saw Rice taking a long shot. I saw Trossard taking a long shot. I saw Martinelli taking a long shot. And Partey sky one inside the box, 7 yards.
Yep.
I don't know how not even on target, bro. It's sky. Martinelli also sky another one. If they didn't have luck for the 2 goals, they could have easily lost this game 2-0.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
So
I think that's it, bro.
no, I got this question.
Only, but it's like
I got this question, right? Can we coin the term Arsenal being Arsenal because we've already been saying Spurs being Spurs? Are they as bad?
I think you can. Why not?
It's getting to that point already, right?
You can literally call it. Say it as it is. The challenge for the title 2 years.
Yep.
But then the downward spiral is like so intense. Yeah. So what? So you're telling me the best thing you ever did was we pushed Man City for the title.
Yeah, at least Liverpool beat them.
Yeah, at least Liverpool beat them at least once, right? Like
yes.
Go and pick them to win the title. But it's like you're telling me that you only have like 2 good years in this entire Arteta 600 million. 2 good years. That's it. 2 good seasons.
Yes.
And then now they're out of FA Cup. And most likely out of the league. Yeah, so
correct.
Yeah,
so
no choice.
Which
what it is.
Which basically brings to my question, right? Like, is it time for Arteta out? Because like
that's why you gotta ask Arsenal fans, don't ask me.
Okay, but I want to ask your opinion because this is my illustration, and I said it in the previous episode. They're out of the FA Cup. 1. They are likely going to be eliminated from the EFL Cup. There's no way they're going to win the Champions League because they're not good enough. And they are likely not going to win the league. So, if this comes to a point, and I brought this up last week, right? But since you're on, right, I want to reiterate this question again, right? When does it come to a point, right, where it is no longer, we are rebuilding. It is more becoming, my manager cannot get us over the hump anymore. Like, how long before honestly, it comes to that?
I feel that in the past 2 years, yes, we saw the trajectory is like that.
Yes.
But I find that this season, he has to resort to all the schoolboy, like very petty things to do. He must play, like, he has to play dirty,
Yes.
In order to win. Like, he has to, like, get under the skin of the opponent, like, try to, like, play dirty, dive, score from corners. If not from corners, then now, like you say, score from long shots. But other than that, they don't seem like they can win games comfortably like how they did last year.
Yes.
So is that an issue of, is it players injured? Or is it an issue of like, like Arteta tried his way 2 years, right? But still lose to Man City. And they cannot keep that intensity up for 2 years, right?
Yep.
Then now he has to, in order to win, we must do all these other things that, like, they call it the dark arts, right? Like the Arteta's dark arts, all this.
Yes.
But all I can say, it's not sustainable.
Yes.
Your corner tactic lasts for how long? 5, 6, I think like maybe 10 games.
Yes.
Then now neutralized. Then what are you going to do next? Score
long
from outside the box? Long shot? Use Raheem Sterling or something? I don't know. Yeah. So if you ask Arsenal fans, they are starting to get lost, starting to get confused by Arteta. Like, what is the direction of this football club? Is it to win the league? Is it to win trophy? Because like Arteta only won 1 trophy in how many years? 5 years, right?
Okay, he won that 1 trophy, but it was with Unai Emery's Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because Emery got sacked. So a lot of people are discrediting that trophy as an Arteta trophy because it wasn't a full season.
Yeah, I said even though Ten Hag was like 2.5 years, right?
Yeah.
But he still won 2 trophies, if you want to compare like things like that, right? So
yes.
And he still got sacked. You get what I mean? 2 trophies and he still got sacked. So Arteta is like like maybe half a trophy.
Yep.
But I do feel that when I see Arsenal, right, I think of Arteta. So I don't know whether he should be sacked. I really don't know. Because at least they're still like second, third, still in the top 5 lah, but they're not as they were last season.
Okay, so back to your question that you asked, right? I'm going to ask you, throw it back to you. Is it player issue or is it manager problem?
I think no, injuries is a very clear. Like you can see it affected Man City. Now it's affecting Arsenal. Very clear.
Yes.
Right? But the manager is not helping himself. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
I think it's a mixture of both. It's definitely a mixture for both.
Is it getting to Ten Hag level of stubbornness? Because he has similar traits to Emery and Ten Hag in a sense whereby like he will stick to his way. But the thing is that Arteta is also petty. So
Arteta is irritating. He's irritating, like annoying. Like he's like, if you ask, I saw a thing, right? They say the most hated manager now is Arteta.
Mikel Arteta lah.
Yeah, because he's like just annoying lah, you know. But I don't think he's Ten Hag's level. He's better than Ten Hag lah, for sure.
No, in terms of stubbornness, not managerial capability. Stubbornness.
Bro, there's nobody can beat Ten Hag, bro. Right.
Yes, that one I agree.
If you have to break your philosophy you bend over, like literally bend over for these Man United players, right? Yeah, you deserve to be the worst.
No, I do agree with you in a sense where like with Arteta, right, like he is annoying. Because he blames a lot of like very like
everything.
Like,
blame the ball.
I don't
blame the pitch, blame whoever, blame the weather.
Yep. Like it's a very rounded up in a typical Arsenal fan type of like issue. Whereby Arteta represents Arsenal in the best way possible.
Yep.
In a way, right, whereby like it's not the good type of representation. It's like you blame the weather, right? It reminds me of Thai from AFTV, right? We must remember it's been raining. Like, who blames the ball? Bro, you're telling me that with a football player, right, who he has been before, right? You have not trained with different type of footballs. It's very obvious, right? You use one ball for the EPL, you use another ball for the EPL Cup, you use another ball for the Champions League. You use a minimum of 4 different balls. Plus, if let's say you end up playing in the Europa League or pre-season tournament, you're using a totally different soccer ball. So.
Yeah.
And you play in the World Cup, you're also using a different ball.
Like you say, it's just funny excuse though. Like what? So you have trouble adapting to the ball, the opponent also using the same ball, right?
Yeah, exactly. it's like stupid, yeah.
Yeah. I do think that he's irritating.
Yes.
But whether he should be sacked, that one I leave it to Arsenal fans. I mean, you should ask Jordan about it.
For me, right, I'm just gonna say this to end the session. Or this portion of the segment. If he doesn't win a trophy this year, which is highly likely, right, he shouldn't be there anymore already. Because you are gonna have a situation whereby he's not gonna be able to get you over the hump. The teams are only gonna get better next season onwards. Liverpool have had one season under Arne Slot like proper already. So Chelsea's on the uprise. If Nottingham Forest can remain at this level for in the future, right, it's another thing altogether already. Newcastle, you can see that they're coming back into form. The only thing that you have is that you're better than your North London rivals at the moment. So it's more or less they are declining while everybody else is getting better.
Yeah, but I think it's actually back to you. What if they sign like a Sesko now?
You think they're going to do that, man?
No, I'm just saying, like, you see next year, right? What if in the summer they sign like Osimhen or Sesko?
Okay,
and if they sign all the players will come back.
If they sign Osimhen, right, then I say they got chance. The main thing that we've always said, right, is that they need to buy a striker. If they get the striker that can score goals, right, they are resolved. I got no problem. But if he sticks to the same thing whereby Kai Havertz is the striker, right, he's gone already. Like, there's no point.
I think what they will do, they will definitely sell Jesus lah.
Yes,
he's a liability. Yeah. So
yes.
I mean, I'm not liability. He just cannot be. He's unreliable. Yeah, just cannot be. Cannot trust him to be fit and all this stuff. So
correct. I agree. So, Arsenal fans, tell us in the comments where do you think y'all will be at the end of the season, and whether you're Arteta in or Arteta out, or do you think that he deserves one more chance?
It's just a bit shack for them. They draw too many games really this season.
Bro, 2-0 is a collapse. That one is just nothing to say.
Yeah, it's another one. They bottled it again.
Yeah, it's another bottle. So, with that, let's move on to our EPL Round Up, which is something that we're going to start doing now, whereby we'll just basically summarize the results of the league. So, first off, we're going to start at St. James Park, whereby Newcastle lost 4-1 to Bournemouth.
Yeah. I think Bournemouth is good, bro. The manager is good.
Yep.
The Argentina manager, right?
Yes, I agree. They look like a team that can beat or conquer giants.
Yeah,
Kind of like reminds me of like Brentford.
Justin Kluivert, right? Another hat trick. Yeah.
Yes. I heard that they said that he scored more goals than his at St. James Park than his own father.
Oh wow. That's interesting.
We're just saying a lot. Okay. So Liverpool beat Brentford 2-0. Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez coming through. Arsenal draw 2-2. Everton beat Spurs 3-2. Putting Spurs all the way at 15th place. I did not see this coming. Postecoglou out.
Bro, should have gone out like maybe last month.
So you think it's coming already?
He's out, yeah. He should be out.
I agree. League champions Man City absolutely obliterate Ipswich Town 6-0. We will talk about them a bit later. Crystal Palace beat West Ham 2-0. Fulham beat Leicester 2-0. Nottingham Forest beat Southampton 3-2. And then, of course, Manchester United lose 3-1 to Brighton.
Bro, Nottingham Forest is the one to watch.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
100%. Like old Nottingham Forest.
If they can win the Champions League, then probably they'll be like the old Nottingham Forest. But that one we will back to different. We will see what's going on. So with all of that going on, it ends up with Nottingham Forest now tied for second behind with Arsenal at 44 points. City currently stand fourth with 38, tied on points with Newcastle and 1 point above Chelsea. So, bro, at this current stage around, with Bournemouth at 37 points also and Aston Villa at 36. So, essentially, right, 8th to 4th is 2 point difference.
Yep.
So, it can topsy-turvy any single time, anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Quite easily, yeah. Do you think the top 4 is going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, City, or is it going to change?
I think it'll be Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, City, but maybe in a different order. I think.
So you think Nottingham Forest is going to go to the Champions League?
Forest might drop a bit to 4th.
You think Forest is going to go in the Champions League above?
Yeah, bro. I think they should. They deserve it. The way I watch them, right? You know, Chris Wood is like becoming a mini Harry Kane now.
Yeah.
It's so nice, refreshing to see that. I know how competitive this league is getting.
Yep.
Like Forest has Wood, then Newcastle got Isak, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, then Haaland, Salah, all fighting for the Golden Boot.
And like, I also find that for the manager, right, Nuno Espirito Santo, right, like he's finally getting his flowers.
We all knew he was a good manager.
Yeah, it's just that he didn't have
certain tasks didn't fit him.
Yes, he didn't have the team, or he didn't have the group of players that could really fit the system that he wanted to play. He did well at Wolves, but it wasn't great. Spurs was just a bad fit.
Yeah. Then he went to Saudi for a while. Right?
He went to Saudi for a while, then he came back, then he went to Nottingham Forest, right? And the fact that now Nottingham Forest is third, when all of us consider them to be a relegation club.
I agree, bro.
It is. I think this is really like the shock of the season, to me. Relegation wise, currently, right?
Bro, Southampton can just book their tickets back to League One now.
Southampton have.
So instantly good, bro. I think they are en route to be the worst EPL team ever.
6 points, bro, in 22 games.
Yeah.
6 points in 22 games, 1 win, 3 draws, 18 losses.
Bro, 6 points is like the last week the O-level result. L1 R5.
Hey, L1 R5, 6 points can get you to a good junior college, okay? You know, anyhow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Played 22, win 1, draw 3, lose 18.
So you're basically saying that, right? Like Southampton, right? If you go O-level, right, he top of the class. A1 all the way.
Still can go into a good JC.
Provided
they do CCA.
Yep. Then 19 is Leicester City, 14 points. Ipswich Town, 18. Wolves are tied with Ipswich for 16 points. Everton 20. Then above them is Spurs, West Ham, and Man United. So Spurs 24, West Ham 26, Man United 26. Crystal Palace at 27. So question, right, bro? Is it still going to be Ipswich and Leicester?
Yeah, I think definitely Leicester will drop. Guaranteed.
So Ruben is already
No, as in Ipswich will drop.
Ipswich will drop.
Yeah, it's a bit tough for Venezuela at the moment. Can tell they're not at the level yet. You know, Wolves, I think they are trying to claw their way out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everton?
Bro, they are going to be safe with David Moyes, bro.
Yes.
Right.
I agree.
The past few managers have been like big no-no.
Yes.
But I think if there's one person that can save Everton, right,
It's David Moyes, right? It's the man that understands Everton. It's the man that got Everton to the Champions League. Okay, so with that is our EPL roundup. Next up, we are going to talk about a match of the week, which is Manchester City versus Chelsea. At this point in time, right, we cannot talk about the Chelsea game because Chelsea have not yet played against Wolves. So, latest result is Manchester City beat Ipswich 6-0. I do think, right, like, in spite of where we think Manchester City are, right, they should have beaten Ipswich very easily.
Yep.
So it's not really a shock that they absolutely obliterate Ipswich, right? I think the question now becomes, in the coming games, will City drop out of the top 4?
Bro, you need to...
Beginning from Chelsea.
Consider they have reinforcements coming. 3 players are coming.
But the 3 players are unproven.
Yeah, but so at least they provide like depth, and I think there's no better team to integrate in than Man City.
Okay, why do you say that?
It's not like Man U, like when you buy someone that is like clearly unproven.
Yes.
For Man City, they are all 11 pieces of like players in Pep's system, right?
Yep.
So as long as the system is working, they can take 1 out, 2 out, and just plug in new players. And all the more reason, right? They have been playing all the youngsters. They've been playing a lot of youngsters. I think then, which is like, it shows to me that they, no matter who the players are, as long as the system works, right? And I mean, they scout these players for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, they won't just splash money for no reason. So I think they will not have issues like integrating into it. Unless you're saying you play a fresh 2 centre back, then okay, then maybe you got problem. Maybe you play one with like
I think they might play one with Akanji or one with Stones. Or one with Ake. So it's probably going to be a bit of a disparity, or see how they're going to play up. But this begins a very run of tricky games because midweek Champions League they're playing PSG. Then they're going straight to Chelsea. And then after that...
Chelsea has not won in like 5 games.
Yes.
Which they've been a very bad round of form. And City is like unbeaten in 5 games or so.
But I will say this, if there's a time for Chelsea to show up, it's probably this game. It could happen again.
Yeah, but I think it's high time Man City woke up already. We say as if like the Man City has been losing like 10 games, but actually they have just been in a very short period of like a bad spell.
Yes.
But if you see the past 5 games, I think it's not too bad.
It's better than what it was last month.
They fell off too hard at the start.
They fell off too hard
at that point in December, right?
Yeah, it's been better than what it was last month, and from November going on to December. It's just that for me, I look at it more towards Rodri not being there is still a issue that still technically hasn't been addressed yet. Because Kovacic 100% is not good enough. The only reason why Kovacic played well against Ipswich is because literally it is Ipswich. You cannot take it as a formality whereby these 7 games the upcoming 7, right, I feel it's gonna expose them a bit, irregardless, because they're not ready. So before we make our predictions, I'm just gonna basically tell everybody, right, what the next 7 games for Man City is in the EPL. Because we can't talk about Chelsea because Chelsea hasn't played. It's City-Chelsea, Arsenal away, Newcastle home, Liverpool home, Spurs away, Forest away, Brighton home. You take out Brighton, right? You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your next 7,
I'm sure
right?
You can take Spurs out also.
You can take Spurs out, but 6 out of your 7 games, right, is top 6.
Okay, the only comfort they can take is that they are playing home in most of those games.
Yes.
They're playing Chelsea home, they're playing Newcastle home, they're playing Liverpool home. So if those games are all away, bro, they can just give the title to somebody now. Yeah, but you can also show like whether this is like a hallmark of a champion,
Yes.
If you can win all these games, right, bro, I think they can come back,
Can.
Like maybe not say that catch Liverpool, but second place definitely can.
I think I don't see much of an issue on that, right? Because I do kind of agree, right? However, I still do think that this run of games is also gonna either expose them or show how good they actually are.
Bro, honestly, if you're talking about like City of like 5 years ago, right, they can win all these games.
No, they can win all these games, but this year different.
This season, maybe not. I think it's impossible they will win all these games.
Yes.
They'll draw maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Plus, not to mention, right, Kyle Walker might be leaving.
He left already, bro.
Yeah.
I think
he went to where?
Like gone already. AC Milan.
Confirm already, right?
Yeah. And like, why will you leave halfway? Right? I think because he got abused by the media too much.
Bro, he won an Oscar. He got owned by Adama Traore.
Yeah.
A few times. So essentially, it's like he's not gonna be able to hold up in England anymore already.
Yeah.
You go to Italy, right? It's easier. his slower pace.
He got chance he can play centre back there, right?
Yes, correct. And he will have a longevity in his career because Italy generally, because the pace of the game, they can play closer to their 40s. Closer to 40 lah.
Agreed, bro.
Yeah. So he's 34 now. A change of pace might do him good because I think he wants to play the next World Cup.
It's just a bit weird that you will leave in Jan.
Yes,
like
I agree.
Tahan like 6 more months and leave that kind,
But I mean, it's Kyle Walker, like he wants to leave. I always say, if a player wants to leave, let him leave.
Yep. Agreed.
Because it means that your head is not there. So, bro, prediction?
I think I'm gonna go Man City win.
Score?
3-1.
Okay.
Haaland.
I am gonna go with a Chelsea win.
Oh, Cole Palmer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2-1.
Okay.
2-1. Chelsea win 2-1. So, yes, bro. Before we end, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I think that's it. That's pretty much it, bro.
Yes. Yeah. The first time I have ever heard a relegation team being referred to O-level L1R5. Southampton 6 points.
Perfect score.
The perfect score.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which are the Copy Bros, every Monday, where we come together and talk about fun and trivial topics. And if you do like game shows, we do have the SG Draft podcast every Friday, where we come together and draft about different topics and have fun while we do it. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you have, please ask your friends to subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to produce more great and fun content for you. So for all of the Man U fans out there, you have had a Man United free episode. Please go and
tie this weather down.
Please go and cool down, have a drink, have some fun before we come into the weekend and do this all over again. For Arsenal fans, Arteta in, Arteta out. We leave it to you.
So bro, can start to join us soon.
Yes. The meltdown we have been having already. Man City fans, you're in the clear. So, bro, before we conclude, do you have anything else to add?
Thank you, brother. Thank you all.
Yes. All right. So, have a great week ahead. See you soon. And to everybody, before we air the episode on Chinese New Year, 新年快乐 to all of our friends celebrating the Lunar New Year. So, bye-bye.